everybody and welcome to another day in my series of Urban Decay Alice Through the Looking Glass palette looks. Today I'm doing Alice and I'm very prepared today because I have one eye done. Again, I did the wrong eye. I meant to do this eye and then I did this one because I just always do this eye first. It's the easiest to do and that's always the one that I should do on camera because this one's probably going to turn out horrible in comparison to this one. Now when I looked at the colours in this palette, they are pretty for the Alice row. But I just wasn't sure I was going to get a look out of these. But I am so pleased with how this has turned out. I'm just going to bring you in a little bit. I know it's scary. So I've used the blue underneath as a flash of colour and then a really quite nice nude eye with a kind of a brown crease. And then matte sort of highlight elements on the inner eye corner and the brow. So on the inner eye corner and the brow, I have got Looking Glass, which is this pink one. Sorry, I can't say very well without my glasses. Then we've got Reflection and Looking Glass on the lid, Looking Glass on the inner part, Reflection on the outer. Then I've got Dormouse on the crease, and the blue shade is Metamorphosis, and that is underneath the eye. I think some people have said that it's not got great pigmentation. I don't know if it's because I'm fair. The pigmentation is fabulous. I actually put, you know, I thought, oh, I'll just put it, you know, just scrub in there and let's just see how it goes. Whoosh, it was really beautiful. And I have put black liner on with this. You could do this look with a brown liner to make it softer, and you could also just not put the blue underneath and have a really nice kind of soft peachy neutral eye. So it's one of those looks where as I do it and I get to that point, I'll kind of stop and you can see it without the blue underneath because it's really, really pretty. I'm hoping that I can recreate it the same. Anyway, I've got primer on and then I've got one of these new MAC sticks on. And they are called the Pro Longwear Waterproof Colour Sticks. This one's in flat white. And I put that on just because I just wanted this peach shade to really pop, for the colour to be really strong, and I just thought it'd be better to put it on a white base because it would just, you know, you get a truer colour, which I think that you have got there. And of course I have got my signature thick black liner on, but that's how I like to wear it. So let's get on with the look. So I'm just using a flat sort of shader brush. This is a Zoeva one. I'm using all Zoeva brushes today. I kind of shift around between the brushes that I use, and I am going to use, first I went in with the peach shade, which is Reflection. I don't know why I'm all over the place today, but I am. Right, okay. And this colour is so pigmented, it's really pretty. As you can see, some of that white has kind of come off. It's not very strong, I've blended it in. The great thing about these waterproof sticks though is of course they are waterproof, but they're very long lasting. I used the black one under a look the other day and it was so amazing. I haven't hauled them yet, but you will see them coming up in a haul. Hopefully sometime this week, if not next week. So I'm taking the peach shade right from the outer portion of the eye up to the crease and halfway across. And as you can see, it is quite a strong colour. And then going into Looking Glass, which is kind of a soft nude pink shade. I'm just taking that from the inner eye corner and bringing it to the centre. And what I like is when you bring it to the centre and you kind of blend it in the centre, it almost creates like a new colour in the centre where it meets the peach. It's really, really pretty. These two colours are just gorgeous together. And then I just use the same brush and just turn it over. So one side I've got the peach on. I just find it easier rather than using two different brushes or washing brushes off, because it means you can always dip back into the two colours. So I like how that looks. And then what I tend to do now is, I just used to like put a look on, I put the colour on and then not go back to it. But now I've learned that blending is so important. This is what you learn from watching YouTube videos. I think you're constantly learning with makeup. There's constantly new techniques. But I just find it's really great to kind of watch people. And I just realised that you would put colour on, then put more on, and then go back and refresh the colours that might have lost some shit, the colour in blending and kind of that kind of stuff. And I didn't used to do that before. Anyway, Dormouse. I'm just taking a fluffy brush for Dormouse. And just gently went into the colour because this is super pigmented. I can't understand why some people have said that this palette lacks pigmentation, because I am yet to find a colour in this palette that lacks pigmentation for me. Even the Dream On shade, which is kind of like a glitter topper shade, it shows up such a strong lilac colour on me, but I am pale, so I think there's just... And the other thing about this palette is I just love the diversity of it. It's got some nice neutral shades in, but then it's got some amazing pops of colour in there as well, which I think is great because there's just so many unique looks that you could do with this palette. So that is the colour in the crease. And then generally, because I have challenged eyesight, I do have eye problems, I do tend to then at this stage kind of try and match up. So that's what the colour looks like in the crease. I don't take it all the way across, I generally just let it fade out as it gets to the inner eye corner. I just like that look. You might want to take it more of a kind of a halo shape for yourself. So the next thing, again, that is the chair making those noises. This chair has developed such a creak. It's not going to do it now, but it has. Right, so now I'm going to take Metamorphosis. And I'm just going to take this nice little sort of flat shader brush and I'm going to take this underneath the eye, close to the lash line. This is such a beautiful blue. And it definitely makes me think of Alice, because it makes me think of traditional Alice. From the original Disney animation where she had the blue dress on. It really does make me think of that. But that's really pretty. And I decided not to take that all the way in. Instead I took a small brush and I went back to the peach shade, which is Reflection. And I used Reflection on that part of the eye there. It's only a tiny little bit of eye. I was going to stop before I put the blue on, I really apologise, but I kind of did. But it's just a tiny part of the eye there. But I like how that little bit of peach there looks. Just think it looks quite pretty. And then taking Looking Glass, I just brought that in on the inner eye corner. It's nice. It just adds that bit of brightness. And then I always like to just kind of join it up to the lid. But I think it just adds that nice brightness on the inner eye corner without being too much. So I'll pull you out now. Ooh! I'll pull you out because it's a bit scary being quite so close. And then at this point I'll just take a bit much more of Metamorphosis. Just to make sure I've got the shape and right on the bone there. The thing is that everybody does things differently and this kind of lid colour is not for everybody. It's a really warm colour and it's not a colour I would have worn before. But I just really, really love it. And I'm just going to take a bit more of that peach shade in. And then back with the Looking Glass to make sure that we have everything nice and bright. And then taking kind of a large fluffy brush, going in a Looking Glass which has got a huge dent in it already, I can't believe it. And just popping it up on the brow bone, just to brighten that area. It's really nice. It's nice and flat. So yes, actually a couple of these shades have got quite a crease in them now. A dent in them. In fact, there are quite a few shades in this palette now that have got a little bit of a dent in them because I have used this non-stop. I absolutely love it. So, next thing to do, which side? This side. This side is the magnified side and that side is the ordinary. I don't know if you have seen this, but if you've seen my recent haul, this is actually an Alice in Wonderland mirror and that is the White Rabbit. And it's like his pocket watch because it's got like the little thing that you would turn. It's so pretty. But I did haul that recently. I love it. Okay. I'll put that over. Oh, I don't like that. My fault. I'll put that over there. Right, I'm going to put liner on now. I'm just going to use Urban Decay's Perversion because I just love this black. And I'm keeping it very close to the lash line. And I haven't seen this film yet, but I'm seeing it next week sometime, so that's exciting. And I'll just use my finger just to do a little bit of blending to soften it. and then in the waterline and tight line, and that goes all the way across. Like I said, you don't have to do this for yourself if that's not what you like. I like that black liner. I really like that definition on my eye, so I always do it. Or you could just use a brown and make it a lot softer. So that's the overall eye look. Just put some mascara on. No lashes today. I'm not really used to wearing lashes, if I'm honest, or putting them on. This mascara needs to go. It's starting to get clumpy. So I have lovely, really long lashes, but they are just so fine. It's like, you know, where are they? And I'm not one of these people who likes to put layers and layers of mascara on, so I don't even really build them up because I just don't like that feeling. Put that over there because that needs to go. Okay, so that's the eyes. It's quite soft really. I don't think it's anything massively harsh. I mean, for some people I guess it might be. But for me, I really like this. I'm going to take a bit more of Metamorphosis. And what I just kind of do with this is just take it from the corner. Don't take it to the corner. I take it and meet it with the kind of peach shade there. Because I just like how that looks. Kind of just almost blends that blue into the top eye look. And that's it for the eyes really. Quite simple, but I think really pretty. It's definitely a look that I would wear again, considering I looked at the palette and thought, what am I going to do with these colours? Because I think it was the blue that was kind of throwing me off, and I just kind of, as well, the peach and the light shade, I just thought, oh, what am I going to do? I'm not really used to doing kind of a peachy light eye, but I like the peachy kind of colour on the lids, and then the light colour on the inner part of the eye. Yeah, okay. I am so pleased. Okay, so we'll move on. Right, I'm going to contour and bronze. Today, I'm trying a new brush. It's an Avon contour brush. It's this flat thing. Came in a little pouch. I've had it a little while, but I've not used it yet, so I'm going to give it a go. And I'm just going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette because I really like this. Just to dab it in. And hope for the best, because like I said, I've not used this before. Oh, that's quite nice. And for me, it would look unnatural if I contoured. Some people contour very low down. You really shouldn't contour past the centre of your eye. So that's as far as you should really be going. You shouldn't take it further down because it completely changes the shape of your face and it just looks unnatural. In fact, I think it can sometimes look quite skeletal when people take it all the way and it just pulls that really in, and I don't know, it's just not for me. But for me as well, I think if you're slimmer you could possibly get away with that more, but because I have a fuller rounded face, if I did that it would just knock all my proportions off. It would just look so stupid on me. So I don't do that, but this is really quite a nice brush. What I quite like is the fluffy nature of it. It kind of layers it down, and as you rub, it just seems to blend quite nicely. Yeah, that's really pretty. And if you've watched my time video, I did say I'm having huge problems with contour on this side of my face at the moment. It just seems to go so patchy and not want to blend, but not the case today. Okay, I think I might use this brush more. I just kind of neglected it. I just put it on one side and I haven't even held it or anything, but I really like it. I wouldn't use a contour brush to do my temples though. I don't like that straight kind of brush to do up there. I don't think you can get enough of a blend, so I'm not going to do it for that. And I'm just kind of going to bronze to do that, to kind of reshape up there. But yeah, nice little brush. I got mine on offer I think for £4. But I don't know how much they are usually, but interesting. Quite liked it. So there's a little mini product review while I'm going. Okay, so next I'm going to do a little bit of bronzing. I'm just using Benefit Hoola because I love this stuff. And I'm using the Zoeva brush. This brush is amazing for bronzing. Let me have a look and see if I can see the name. It is the 106 powder brush. And I love it for bronzing. So just on the forehead here. And I learned of Jaclyn Hill so much the other day when I watched the highlight contour baking kind of video. And I would often run it down my temples, and you shouldn't really do that unless you want to kind of squash that part of your face in. And if you do that, I think she was saying when you have like a rounder face and you squash this part in, it just doesn't look right. So you learn something every day, just like I was saying. So I just take that into the contour and underneath the jawline. And I always run what's left on the centre of my face, just so I don't look like I've just got brown around the edges of my face. Even though I don't put a lot of bronzer on, because I don't, just because I'm so fair, I'm always a little bit worried about putting too much on and then looking really ridiculous. So and sometimes with lighting it's hard to tell, and then you go into ordinary light and it's like, whoa, so I've done that with blush before. Anyway, I'm going to use the blush brush from Zoeva and Dandelion by Benefit, because this is one of my latest obsessions. That is such a pretty blush. And I've just realised I haven't even picked out a highlight for this look. I love it. Okay. Blush on. Highlight. I'm just going to go for, not just because it's near, but because I think that the colour would work perfectly with this. I'm going to use this one from MAC that I hauled recently called Nuanced. I hate this new packaging. But it's a peachy sort of colour, and I'm going to stick to this side here, this side. No, I'm going to stick to these two top parts here that are mainly just like a true sort of peach shade. And I don't want to go too strong with the highlight today. I know, you're thinking, what is wrong with you today? Because I do love a good highlight. But I think that's just almost quite a natural sort of glow. And I think the peachy kind of colour goes well with the eyes. And then the last thing to do is the lips. So I've decided to, instead of doing them on their own, which is very nude, I don't know. Let me have a quick try of this on its own and see what I think. Well, actually, I think I will go for it on its own. I was going to put kind of a pinky line underneath it. The great thing, sorry, I've got a bit of a watery eye. Oh no. Okay, I had a bit of darker shadow on my finger there because my finger was in time when I was holding the palette. I'm going to put this lipstick on its own. Somebody said to me it kind of looks like, was it either Myth or Hue by MAC? But it's got kind of the pink over frost. Sometimes the great thing about this lipstick is you can put it like a pink line underneath and put it over the top, and it kind of changes the colour of it, which is really, really nice. Excuse my husband singing there while he's hoovering. But it's a natural sort of colour. So yeah, I like how that lipstick looks. And I think it never looks right until you kind of get your hair down. And my hair's a mess, so I must apologise. But my hair's always a mess. It's nothing new. But my roots need done. But yeah, that is what it looks like. I could put a blonde wig on. I might do that and put a couple of photos or a little bit of footage in the end with a wig, because you know I do love my wigs. But it's a really wearable look, I think. So just a nice neutral eye. So I think it's quite a natural sort of look. It's a nice neutral sort of eye, nice and soft on the blush, a nice soft lip. So I think it's something that you could wear very comfortably. If you didn't like a pop of colour, you don't feel like you can wear colour, or you don't like it on yourself, just don't put the blue underneath, put the peach underneath, and I said, instead, or the brown, and then that would still look just as pretty. But I really like that pop of blue because I do like my pop of colour. And like I said again, you could replace the black liner with a brown liner if you wanted to make it a softer sort of look. But that's today's look. That is Alice. I really like how it's turned out. Please do let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know if you got this palette and what you think of it, and if you're enjoying it too. And that's it for today's video, and tomorrow is Elizabeth. I'm so excited. It's the final video and I'm excited because her row of colours is super bright and I think it's going to be pretty amazing. So that's it guys, hope you have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe as always. I'm going to love and leave you and see you all soon. Hope you're having a great day wherever you are and whatever you are doing. Bye.